What's going on, fellas? It's another C. Boogie. Y'all know the rest. Hey, I want to salute y'all for subscribing to my channel. And I also want to thank y'all for liking my videos. Shouts out to the Dime Game Division. Alright, let's rock and roll, fellas. The number one reason why a lot of guys are mad at women is simply this. A lot of guys don't want to accept the fact that men are resources in the eyes of women. Women look at most men as resources. Really, all men, truth be told, as a resource, man. And that resource could be anything from, money, safety, shelter, even sex, man. Even sex, dog. A lot of guys, they don't want to accept that about women. Most relationships you see in society are transactional, bruh. It's how it is. It is what it is, man. I can really stop this recording right here, because I said everything I had to say. Truth be told, man. Men are resources in the eyes of women. And truth be told, man, I actually just got finished with a conversation with a young lady. And, we was just chopping it up about how the world works. And she was just breaking it down for me. She was like, look, a lot of older men don't want to accept the fact that the older you get, the more of a resource you are in the eyes of a young woman. Truth be told. She was like, the older you get, the more a female is going to want you for your money and status. Now, it's not 100%, obviously. So, I know it's going to be guys in my comment section telling me about the outliers. But I'm talking about on average. Yes, man, the older you get, the more of a resource you are for a young lady. And this is the same thing guys like Coach Blackpill be saying. And that's one of the things that I agree with Coach Blackpill about is, as a man, you do get this block of time in your life where women are going to want you for sex. And I would say through your 20s and even midway through your 30s, but particularly in your mid 20s. This is when you at your physical peak, you in your physical prime, you dig. That's the best you probably ever going to look in your life as far as a youthful, young exuberance. You got plenty of testosterone flowing through your body. Yeah, you're going to be that young lion with the glow, that women going to want to procreate with. Not to say that when you get older, they still wouldn't want you, but it's far and few in between. And even using myself as a personal example, I always tell guys, a 25-year-old boogie, I can never compete with a 25-year-old boogie again. See Boogie at 32 and see Boogie at 25, truth be told, is just two different men. At 25, it never was a day that went by that I didn't get a sexual advance by a female. And we talking about with no money involved. I was working out twice a day. Body was just immaculate. You dig? I just had a youthful exuberance and glow about me. So anywhere from females from 19, 20, to women in their 50s, man. They wanted the D just on the strength. But at 32, things are a little bit different now. Not to say that I don't get sexual advances, but nah, man, it's not even close to when I was 25. And that's another reason why a lot of guys are mad. Because at 25, this is where you're going to want to fuck the most. With all that testosterone flowing through your body and shit. And a lot of guys had missed that period in their life. And this is why you see a lot of guys in their 50s and 60s trying to make up for that lost time. And shout out to Ron Wills. Look, if you take care of your body, take care of your health, you dig? Ron Wills always talk about the body game, and he's right. If you preserve yourself, you can go into your 50s still lusted by younger women. But you got to take care of yourself. But there's no way in hell that a man in his 50s or 60s is going to tell me with a straight face that they're going to sit up there with a head full of gray hair, with a sloppy body, overweight gut, you see what I'm saying, all kind of health problems, and women still want them sexually as if they were 25. Nah, man, now you're operating out of a different playbook. You see what I mean? The playbook is different now. And that's something that all men are going to have to come to grips with. Men hit the wall physically too. It's not just women. You know what I mean? And some men can crash into that fucking wall if they don't take care of themselves. Hairline get pushed back, head full of gray hair, big old beard gut. Nah, man. When you was 25, you had the six-pack, nigga. You had a chiseled face. You know what I mean? You had broad, big shoulders on you. You dig? Dick can stay hard like Rockweller. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, when you was 25, that was the case, man. But now when you're 65 or when you're 55, nah, that's not always the case, bro. And truth be told, you got to come to a level of acceptance with this. So if you are a guy that kind of missed that run in your 20s, get over it, man. You can still get play in your 40s. You just got to take care of yourself. Run that preservation game. You know what I mean? Know how to talk to a female. Know how to connect with her on a different level. But purely sexual, nah, man. You know what I mean? You get this block of time in your life. Matter of fact, let me say this. Who you think most women will want to sleep with? The running back that played for the University of Georgia? You dig? Or a 60-year-old man with a head full of gray hair? Come on, man. And this is no shot at anybody on a personal level. This is just dealing with reality, man. The same way that you would want to fuck a 25-year-old woman and not fuck a 60-year-old woman. Truth be told, man, it's just understanding the mating dynamics, man. And coming to a level of acceptance. That's all I'm saying. That women view men as resources, dog. Point blank, period. Period. It's not a female on planet Earth that don't view a man as a resource. Even if it's your penis, she still view that as a resource. It's a pleasure resource. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, man. And that's why a lot of guys are butthurt, bitter, angry, and mad. Because they missed that block of time where they would have thoroughly enjoyed sex in their 20s. A lot of guys spent their 20s watching porn and masturbating in a dirty sock. Real talk. Instead of getting out here having threesomes and fucking, and one night stands, getting all that shit out of your system. So when you do get in your late 30s and 40s, you kind of ready to settle down a little bit, man. Hang up the jersey. You had your run. Now it's time to sit your black ass down somewhere. You dig? A lot of guys miss that, man. And they realize they can never get those years back. Or a lot of guys realize they wasn't a first round draft pick when they was 25. You know what I mean? They went into the later rounds, the 6th and 7th round. Real talk. And they still had to compete for a spot. You gotta have some self-awareness in this thing too, man. You know what I mean? Real talk. Gotta have some self-awareness, dog. So yeah, I was just having a conversation with a young lady about this shit. And she was just letting me know, like, hell nah, she ain't attracted to most older men. Truth be told. Now, she was like, there are some older men that are very sexy, but they take care of themselves. There's a difference. And she said that's far and few in between. She was like, most older men automatically know that they're going to have to bring that checkbook. And, a quick story before I end this video. I remember when I was in high school, older guy in my neighborhood, older guy named Brian. He was in his 40s. And I remember, man, like he was telling me, he was talking to this young girl in her 20s. He was like, the first thing he did was take her out shopping. He was like, nigga, I spent $350 on this girl going shopping. He was like, I ain't young like you, Boogie. He was like, nah. He was like, I ain't giving these bitches, 30, 45 minutes full of dick. He was like, I gave her 5 minutes full of dick and took her shopping. He was like, you'll see when you get older. And truth be told, he's right, man. I'm 32 years old, man. My sex drive obviously is not the same when I was 22. When I was 22, there were times where I fucked 3 women in a day. 3 different women on 3 different occasions. At 32, I don't even think about shit like that. You know what I'm saying? So as you get older, man, your testosterone levels, they are going to start dropping. You know what I mean? Thank God I don't have any, erectile dysfunction. I'm good on that so far. But I try to work out, try to keep a strong heart, try to keep my blood flowing. You dig? Because I understand the preservation game in this whole thing. You got to preserve yourself. All of that is self-improvement, dog. But a lot of niggas got to wake up out here and get real, too. Nah. Woman ain't going to want you for you. Bring your checkbook, nigga. Bring your credit card, motherfucker. That's how that's being run. So a lot of guys going to spend their 20s and 30s talking about, nah, I ain't simping. I ain't spending no money on no bitch. All right, nigga, wait till you get 50 and 60. Oh, you going to spend that money. Especially if you let yourself go. Especially if you let yourself go. Especially if life just hits you hard. You got a face full of stress, nigga. You don't have that youthful exuberance no more. Nah, bring your checkbook. Alright? Simple as that. And don't get mad because she want to fuck the next nigga for free. That's his time to shine. That's the young lion's time to get his. You know what I mean? As men, we all got that time where we got that glow about us. Real talk. When it's at its peak, then eventually it start fading off little by little by little. But I'm gonna close with this. Resources are good because a lot of guys can leverage that resource game and still get out here and get what they want. It's all about how you want to look at it, man. So yeah, that's the biggest reasons a lot of guys are mad, because women look at men as a resource, and a lot of times nothing more, nothing less. And if you can't provide anything for that female, she's going to walk right past you. And as women, nowadays, a lot of them got their own money. They got their own resource. So shit. That left a whole group of men out of the mating market. Some guys should have been married. Some guys should have just got married. That way they can just have access to pussy. A lot of guys get married for sex. Here's what it is. There's too many married men trying to be players. Or there's too many guys that should be married trying to be players. They're driving in the wrong lane. A lot of guys don't have the emotional balance and psychological balance to have women in and out of their life. A lot of guys want to be players but too busy complaining about women. That shit ain't congruent. If you're going to get out here and play, you play the game to the rules. If not, shut the fuck up and understand your spot and bring your checkbook. And I'm done with this video. Peace.